Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Princess Amarachi, as you know, and this is the Princess Amarachi Show. So today I have a question, a conversation that has actually been bothering me, and that's like, is waiting for NYSC a scam? Because for me, I feel like waiting for NYSC is a scam. I remember when I just left school. By that time, we are having this expectation that it's going to be like 3 months before you get your mobilized for NYSC. I decided, okay, what will I be doing within the 3 months? Quite a number of people felt like, okay, there's nothing we're going to actually achieve in 3 months. So let's just wait, relax. You know, you've read, you've studied, you've written exams. I feel like, okay, it's time to really chill, go for that vacation, stay at home, eat up and all that. But something happened. I had an issue with my results that now made the whole thing linger up to a year. I didn't go with the first batch. I had to go and resolve the missing paper, and then before I had to join the second batch, and before I knew it, a year had passed. And that brought to my attention, so what if I was actually waiting for NYSC? I wasn't doing anything. And I think that appeals to a number of young people, fresh graduates who had finished school. Shout out to everyone who just finished school, who just graduated. Congratulations to you. And I think you really need to watch this video because I'm going to be sharing some things based on experience and also other people's experience, thoughts and observation. It's going to help you navigate this journey of leaving school and facing the real workspace. What exactly are you supposed to be doing while you're waiting for service? What should you be doing while you're waiting for service? Or is idly waiting for service is calm? And that I'm going to share in this conversation. I feel that during that period of waiting for service, it could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months. And we know that the Nigerian terrain is quite funny. You can't really predict it. So you don't know what's going to happen. The government can just come and say, oh, we're no longer doing NYSC again. And you're like, okay, all these months I've been waiting to be mobilized and all that is a waste. And you know, time is of essence. You might feel like you have all the time to, sleep, to wake up. But before you know it, you will in the job market. Before you know it, time has passed and you feel like, I just graduated just a few months ago. How comes now a year, 2 years and I've not achieved anything? So what exactly are you supposed to be doing while you're waiting? So it's not like you're wasting while waiting for NYSC. One of the things that I feel that every fresh graduate should be doing is to try to analyze what you like or not. And that is something that a career coach called experience experiment. And what does experience experiment mean? Is assessing what you like or not by engaging in trial processes. So let's say that you're done with school and you're looking out for, okay, what do I do? I don't even know what I like. I like a lot of things. I don't know which career to pursue. The first thing you have to do is be active in those things. A great example was my experience when I left school. I wanted to learn crafty work. I needed to learn a handwork. I felt like the only thing I knew was just book, study, read, pass exam. It was just academic and mental work. I didn't really have any crafts. I didn't know how to make hair. I didn't know how to sew. I just wanted to learn something that I can say, okay, this is a handwork that I know how to do, that I can show for something tangible. So I saw that as an opportunity to learn how to bake and also learn how to sew. So when I left school, I just stayed for home for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I decided to enroll in a baking and sewing class. That's because I wanted to learn something tangible, something that I can, something handy, hands-on, and let it not just be like the only thing I have is my certificate and what's up here. So imagine that I didn't enroll in that thing. I wouldn't even know if I liked to bake. I wouldn't even know if I want to make a career out of baking or out of sewing. And it would have just been a waste of time sitting idly for a whole year, because the plan was for me to just do that for 3 months and then continue in service here. But it happened that my missing paper delayed me going to service the period I wanted to go to service. And so I spent 1 year at home learning those things. And it's not a waste actually, because I can still do those things and I can implement them. I can make a business out of it, or I can just do it for fun. And that is what I mean by experience experiment. If you feel like you have a lot of things, you're confused, you don't know where to start, you don't even know what career to pursue, you just study the course and you don't know the aspect of that career to pursue, or you love a lot of handworks, when you leave school, is it time for you to lay your hands on one of those things, experiment with them, actively know whether you like them or not? Another thing you can do while you're waiting for service is to volunteer. Volunteer for causes, volunteer for things that you're passionate about, or volunteer for things that you want to learn. So let's say that you left school and you want to learn software engineering, you want to learn how to code. Why don't you go to work in an environment where you can learn that thing as a volunteer? Or let's say you even have an idea of how to write, you can write, and you want to make a business out of it. Why don't you engage someone who already is in the writing field and decide to write? Or let's say you want to work with an NGO, there is a cause you want to be a part of, there is something that you're passionate about. It's a time for you to volunteer. You know why? Because when you are just fresh out of school, you still have a little support from parents, waiting for you to find your foot. I know that's not the same thing with everybody, but a greater percentage of people still have that guidance and support from their parents. So you don't have so much pressure, so to say. You can still get into one or two things to volunteer, and you're not just volunteering for the sake of volunteering. You're volunteering with a value in mind. You're volunteering with a purpose. Okay, I want to gain this knowledge. I want to access this network. I want to access this opportunity, and with that, I can use it to build myself, build my portfolio, and stand out in the workplace. Another thing that you can do while waiting for service is to seek internship opportunities, and this is so key, especially in this tech industry, in this tech space where there are job opportunities in tech, and most people are trying to transition from what they studied to another thing. You can seek internship opportunities. There are tons of entry-level internship opportunities for fresh graduates, whether for core members or just for someone who just graduated from school. If you go online, you see a lot of them. So it's an opportunity for you to apply for those internship opportunities, like get into them. Find yourself there, engage yourself there, whether it's paid or unpaid. I feel that knowledge is invaluable. It is how you are able to determine what you're getting from something that will determine whether you're satisfied being paid or not. So define your value. Another thing that you can also do while you're waiting for service is to work on your self-awareness. Begin to work on the clarity of your purpose, clarity of your career path, clarity of your business path. Do you have a business that you want to do? How clear are you? What knowledge have you garnered in building that business? So there are so many things that you can do while you're waiting for service. It's all about you having a purpose. It's all about you building responsibility and determining not to waste it on resting and sleeping from morning to night, or just because you feel like I can't achieve anything because they can just call me tomorrow. What if they don't call you tomorrow? That's just it. And if they call you tomorrow, you can still continue whatever it is that you have started into service. It's not totally a waste of time. So this is my 2 cents for people who just left school and who are wondering what are they going to be doing with their time while they're waiting for service, or who feel like there's nothing to do. Get into learning a skill. Get into learning how you can build your visibility, build your portfolio, build the career you want to do. Get into gaining knowledge. You can't learn enough. Don't feel like I'm done learning. No. Get into, volunteering. Get into mentorship. Get into finding internship opportunities where you can begin to, build your career from there. There are a lot of people who have built their career just from being an intern. And it doesn't have happen like this. We have this mindset that, let me just wait until when I'm done with NYSC and then I can, now become serious with my life. No, you can be 2 steps ahead of, your peers on that aspect. That only happens in Nigeria. What of other countries where people just finish school and the next thing is they're looking for a job? So why are you trying to store yourself over a government program that you don't know is even going to last? So you don't know if it's going to be in your own time. That is actually why you need to just be responsible with how you manage your time and make the most of it while you're waiting for service. So that is why I feel like idly waiting for service, that is NYSC, is scam. Get your hands into the plow and you will sure be grateful that you did. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I want to know what you think about the thoughts that I shared in today's episode in the comments. Let's drive the conversation. Do you think what I shared is applicable to everybody, or are there exceptions? I would like to know. Did you try it in your own time? That is, if you're done serving, and what was the result for you? And as a fresh graduate, do you think it's something that is realistic in this present age and time? I would like to hear all of that in the comment section. So, but until then, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next episode. Day one.